Hey folks, welcome to another Friday fishing forecast, and the weather looks absolutely beautiful for this weekend. The winds are going to be light. It looks like things are going to be happening offshore. We had a trip last weekend where we went offshore. We targeted hogfish and did extremely well. We've gotten some remarks and some comments on this last video. Some people saying that it's a clown show and this and this and this. Look, we are just showing our fishing time. When we go out as buddies, we go out and fish together, we have fun together, bust on each other all the time, and that's just the way our fishing trip is. And we record it, and that's just it's not done just for the show or anything else. It just, if I was to show 3/4 of the things that we talk about and we do, it wouldn't be good for YouTube. I can tell you that right now. But we just like to go out and have fun. And I apologize for some of the people that didn't enjoy the show, but it is what it is. We're just out there having fun. We're fortunate enough to be able to record it and have memory of it. And so those are just some of the things that happen on the boat. Like I said, if I was to film everything, it would probably be illegal. It'd have to go on the black market because of all the things that are said and done. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of touch on that really quick. But overall, the fishing was really good for hogfish. We caught 11 keepers, caught porgies, caught some strawberry grouper. We caught a bunch of different things. Mangrove snapper. We did catch grouper. None of them were keepers, but can't keep them anyway. So that's why we're kind of targeting the hogfish right now, is because we simply can't keep any grouper. So we're downsizing our baits. We're doing a lot of things differently, so we don't have as much bycatch on the groupers than we would if we were using bigger baits and things like that. So if you're planning a fishing trip, you might want to kind of think about that. If you don't want to really target the grouper or have them as a bycatch, you kind of want to use different types of bait that normally you wouldn't catch those on. Even though we do catch some grouper on small shrimp and things like that, we just can't help that. But we try not to really target areas or use baits that are going to go after those grouper. I've heard the inshore bite has been extremely good. The water's starting to clean up some. I've heard the redfish bite has just been off the chains. We've had people stopping by here showing Brittany pictures of the fish that they've been catching. So I ask you this, please send us some pictures at info@tampabayfishingchannel.com. We'll put you up on the Friday fishing forecast, and we're coming up with some different ideas of how to reward people for doing that type of thing. So that's going to be something. We're always trying to think outside the box. So we're trying to come up with some new things. So if you guys have any ideas, let us know. But talking about that, starting on August 26th, which is this coming Monday, through the following Monday, which is Labor Day, we're going to have a 15% off of tackle online and at the store. So if you're online and you're ordering online, you want to use the code LABOR, all in capitals, 10 or 15. I'm sorry, LABOR 10 or LABOR 15, and you'll get 15% off of your order online. So if you guys are looking for jigs or any fishing tackle like that, it's 15% off from Monday, August 26th through Monday, September 2nd. It's a Labor Day sale, so we just want to give back and say thank you to you guys for being such great supporters of ours. Let's go ahead and get into the tides and schooners for this weekend and what we have in store. On Saturday, we have a low tide at 11:43 a.m. at a 0.4 foot. Then we have a high tide at 6:14 p.m. at a 1.8 foot. Then another low tide at 10:53 p.m. at a 1.3 foot. On Sunday, we have a high tide at 5:19 a.m. and a 2.5 foot. And we have a low tide at 2:56 p.m. at a 0.4 foot. And we have a high tide at 7:57 p.m. at a 1.5 foot. And then we have a low tide at 10:09 p.m. at a 1.5 foot. So there's no movement there. As for the schooners, on Saturday, we have a major feeding time from 4:32 a.m. to 6:32 a.m. Then we have a minor feeding time from 11:49 a.m. to 12:49 p.m. Then we have another major from 4:51 p.m. to 6:51 p.m. On Sunday, we have a major feeding time from 5:25 a.m. to 7:25 a.m. We have a minor feeding time from 12:56 p.m. to 1:56 p.m. Then we have another major from 5:46 p.m. to 7:46 p.m. And if you guys notice on that major feeding time on Sunday morning, it coincides with the sunrise. So again, barometric pressure is going to lower. The fish are going to eat pretty good on that major feeding time. So if you can get out there and be fishing during this time, I highly recommend it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some things that are coming down the pipeline, and they're very important things. Number one is Amendment 2. I don't know if, I know some of you have heard about this. Some of you probably have not heard about this. But it's amendment to support and give us our fishing and hunting rights in the state of Florida. Even though there's a statute that allows that, but this is going to be further and allow a lot more and protect our fishing and hunting rights in the state of Florida. Now, there's some opposition about it, saying, oh, it'll bring the gill nets back and it will allow people to hunt on private land and blah, blah, blah. I can't substantiate that. I can't find that where it's stating that that's going to happen. But I haven't fully gone in and really looked into the amendment. I just wanted to bring it up so you guys can look for yourself and make sure. I'm voting yes on it. And I think it's a good thing because this industry, the fishing industry, brings in $14 billion a year to the state of Florida. The hunting industry brings in $1 billion a year. So it brings in quite a bit of money for our state. And that includes people coming from out of state to come fishing, hunting, people that live here to fish and hunt. So it brings in a lot of money. And I think it's the second leading money provider besides tourism to the state of Florida. So it is a very important thing that we have with the fishing and hunting in the state of Florida, and we need to protect those rights. So Amendment 2 on the November ballot, and I'll talk about this all the way through. You want to go in and do your own investigation, make sure you understand the law, and make sure you're voting the way you want to vote. Don't let anybody tell you what to vote or how to vote. Just vote with what you believe and what you've read and what you've learned about it. But make sure you do your due diligence and make sure that you understand that law. Now, another thing that's been popping up in the last week or so is the state wanting to turn some of our state parks into golf courses, into pickleball courts, into one of them, they want to put a 350 room resort on it. I think that is up in Pensacola or Panama City, one of those two, but it's up in the Panhandle. I don't understand this at all. It makes no sense. Our state parks are our state parks for a reason, and that is to protect them from this very thing. Now, I hear a lot of people saying Ron DeSantis is supporting this and blah, blah, blah. No, it's actually the FDEP is the one that came up with this idea. And let me put it like this. The FDEP, Florida Department of Environmental Protection, is the same agency that was in charge of Piney Point. So when I did the Piney Point 4-part miniseries, there's a lot of pointing right to the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. So for what they're wanting to support with this is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to put up the listing of where all of the meetings will be on August 27th from 3 to 4 in all the different districts. And they've already got a lot of pushback. They're already starting to say that they're probably not going to do this because there's been so much online backlash because of it that has kind of pushed them to realize that this is not a good idea, which is not. I can't believe they're even thinking about doing this. But again, here's a department that's supposed to be protecting our environment, but they want to go into the state parks and put in resorts and golf courses. We've got over 1,200 golf courses in the state of Florida. You couldn't golf every golf course in 3.5 years. So we don't need any more golf courses. We need land protection, and we need the land that's already protected to continue to be protected as long as we live. So if you're interested in that, I'll put up a link below so you can go look at that. But if you have not heard about that, definitely look into that too. It's the Florida Department of Environmental Protection wanting to put pickleball courts, golf courses, and a resort on our state parks, which is absolutely ridiculous. There's no need for it. Just let them be the way they are. On top of that, we have Finn's Fishing Club coming up this next Tuesday starting at 6 o'clock. We have a special guest speaker, Captain Glenn Taylor. I've known Captain Glenn for god-awful years. Great captain. Man knows his stuff. I need to get out and go fishing with him. He is a wealth of knowledge. He's going to be talking about triple tail fishing. So if you guys are interested in triple tail fishing, definitely want to come to this seminar at Finn's Fishing Club, Finn's in Apollo Beach, Tuesday, September 2nd at 6 p.m. It starts at 6 p.m. So you definitely want to come if you're interested in triple tail. Glenn is a great speaker, full of knowledge, great guy, just down-to-earth guy. So definitely come out and if you're interested in triple tail, definitely come out for that. Like I said, I think that pretty much covers it all. The water, like I said, the water is getting a little bit better. The weather looks really, really good for this weekend. We did see some poop water offshore. You could see that in our last video. I'll show it right here. There was it was I think about the 7-mile mark. There was like a poop line, and then it went from greenish water to whitish water, and that's just because the bay is so nasty and it's kind of cleaning itself out. But the water is getting better, so I'm really happy about that. We're not losing shrimp like we were before, so I'm really happy about that because it's not costing me a ton of money. But anyway, I just want to say thank you again to everybody for all the support. Remember, starting Monday, August 26th, we start our Labor Day sale, Labor 15 on the website or here at the location. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.